how much does local SEO actually cost, which is the art of making a Google business profile rank higher on Google Maps when people look for that service. So it can cost anywhere from $1 all the way to $1,000, and that's monthly or one time. I'll explain the differences in a bit. So if you do pay, I really recommend understanding a lot about SEO before you ever hire anyone for anything in general. You should understand what that service is so you know how to vet the quality of the things you're getting and to see if it's being done right. So like I said, local SEO is the art of making things appear in local searches organically. So making your business for plumbing appear first or very high up when people look for plumbers in your specific area. So if you'd be targeting keywords related to the area you're in and plumbing. So plumber in Ohio would be your key phrase you're targeting, and then if you have a really good local SEO strategy, you'll come up every time everyone searches for that search query. So you can also do it yourself if you have time and patience, and then basically the price tag is $0 if you do it yourself too, which is a very good idea, and I'll go over why that is. So local SEO, basically, like I said, the art of optimizing to rank for specific local search queries, and it matters because the better you do it, the more likely local customers are going to find you, because 99% of the time when people want something locally, they don't have 20 friends they can call up like 50 years ago and ask who's the best plumber. They go to the internet and they search locally for local search queries, and that's usually on Google Maps and Google Search. So local SEO helps you rank well for both of those things, and that's why it matters. So how much does it cost? You can expect to pay anywhere one-time fee on for $50 on a Fiverr gig, where they promise you great services and it's just one-time setup and you'll become number one on everything, which again is too good to be true and is a lie. And a lot of these, then you have some of these big SEO agencies which will charge you a lot of money, anywhere from $200 to $1,000, and then their prices may be very high, so you have like assurance that, oh, they're probably legit, but in reality a lot of them don't understand much about local SEO and will give you very bad SEO, which can even harm your business's original rankings. So the cheapest method obviously is not the best, and if you're going to go with a high-end agency, you really have to make sure they know exactly what they're doing and they do things right, because you can do things in SEO right and wrong, and the wrong things actually harm your rankings. And you have to take into consideration, a lot of these businesses don't care about your business. Okay, they really don't care about the long-term repercussions of the actions they do to take shortcuts to make money off your service. So, like I said, cheap services usually deliver nothing, especially on Fiverr. What they'll usually sell is something like an image of 1,000 pins around the map and with your business in the center, and they claim this is very good for SEO when it just marks your profile as scam or spam to Google Business Profile, and Google's AI agents that detect all these things that flag it automatically. Their algorithm will just know, okay, there's something fishy going on here. Maybe this isn't a real business. This is what the effects are of all their Fiverr strategies. So be very careful, because some of these tactics will actually harm. And like I said, when we talk about expensive price, sometimes you get cheap results because, like I said, most of these SEO agency owners don't understand SEO, and they'll just hire some guy on Fiverr. Maybe you paid $500, but they're just going to go to some guy on Fiverr, pay him $50, and then keep the $450 as net. And they have no idea what that guy's doing, nor do they even at least know how to vet him and monitor him and guide him. So it's really you're ending up paying for the same guy on Fiverr most of the time. So how can you do it yourself, which I think is the best option? I think every business should at least do it for a few months themselves. It's quite easy. You need to just learn about local key phrases and keywords, number one. I have a video on that on my YouTube channel. So once you understand that and how to use it, you find keywords that are related to your niche, and then you start targeting them across your Google Business Profile on Google Maps, your business. And then on your website, you target those keywords, and then you create map listing citations. Basically, you go to other websites like Google Maps, for example, Bing Maps, Apple Maps, or local business directory websites for your niche, and you create profiles with the same NAP information, name, address, phone number. If it's all consistent, it basically tells Google, okay, this business is one entity, because we can see it has all these profiles, so all these profiles are part of this business. That increases Google's data about your business. Thus, it tells Google that this business is more legit, which is the actual objective of your business, to create a giant entity. It's called a local SEO entity. And that tells Google that, okay, this is an established real thing because it has so many consistent business listings with the consistent NAP data. So it actually takes them into account. And that's the effect we're going for. Whereas these scammers on Fiverr who just sell you spam services do the opposite. They tell Google, okay, this is maybe not real because they're doing some really shady stuff to try and rank higher, so we're actually going to rank them lower, and we're going to put a question mark or a red dot in their internal system, which means a shadow ban on your profile, which means lower rankings, which means less people calling your business or coming in and booking your services or whatever. So that's why it's very good to do it yourself, because if you do it yourself, you're probably going to do a better job once you do some basic research and learn how to do it correctly than any of these Fiverr guys, because you actually care about your business. You actually care. So what are the reasons people don't do it themselves? Well, number one, it's the lack of free time. Most people don't have time and they're super busy, so it's not a priority to them. But this is ironically one of the most important things you can do for a local business is local SEO. So every local business should prioritize finding time to learn about local SEO and doing it themselves. And a lot of businesses I know say, well, I have this tech-savvy friend who does my SEO and he does a good job. But sometimes they're lucky and they have a really good friend who does it for free and knows what SEO is and how it works and how to do it correctly and safely. Other times they have people who really don't know what they're doing and they're actually harming the rankings of the business. So it's kind of a risky thing unless your friend really knows a lot about SEO and knows how to do it and apply it. Okay, get your friend to do it for free. So let's look at the different pricing examples we can look at. So for example, I just opened Fiverr because this is one of the biggest platforms people purchase local SEO on. Look at this guy. He's Fiverr's choice, 5-star, 34 reviews, and he's charging around $200. So let's look at what he's charging for, and some things look pretty legit. So we only see 20 citations here in his $200 package, which means that, okay, I know this guy already, that's a green flag, because usually citations, the 1,000 pins on a map, that's not real citations, and they'll tell you, oh, I'm going to give you 5,000 citations and all this. This just flags your profile. So real SEO agencies will deliver anywhere from 5 to 15 citations a month. 20 is a bit too much, and that's his standard. So already you can tell it's a green and red flag, but it's a green flag because what the other sellers are doing is a lot riskier and worse. And then he says Google Business Optimization plus 5 website pages, and then he'll send you more details. So it's not very descriptive. He doesn't really tell you what he's doing, and it's a bit shady. And again, I think this is usually a one-time thing. So again, you don't really know what you're getting with this guy. Is it actually going to improve your rankings or going to hurt your rankings? And a lot of these people who are leaving these reviews, we can see 34 5-star reviews, really don't know what local SEO is and what they're getting. So most of the time, the guy just sends them a really cool looking report showing them everything he did, and the report looks really professional, and they don't know what the service is. They're going to say, okay, this looks pretty real, and they're going to feel very happy with paying this price. So what about high-end SEO agencies? So let's look at my top competitors, okay, the best ones who have been doing local SEO for the longest time. What they charge is anywhere from $799 to $1,200 per month. And what do you get? Well, at least they're a lot better than Fiverr because they're more descriptive. And look how honest I'm being. These are my competitors, but I'm being honest with you. So they're telling you what they're going to do for the Google Business Profile Optimization. They're going to do, a full optimization of your profile, your about page, I'm guessing, and all these things, and adding more images and adding a Q&A section. So these are all green flags here. They're actually going to build citations too, which is very important for your off-page local SEO. And they're going to do review management, which is good too. So they're specifying that they're going to be responding to reviews, coming up with review strategies, I assume, and monitoring and reporting. But that's a very high price tag, especially to pay monthly. I mean, it's almost as expensive as website SEO. If you're going to do website SEO, it's going to cost around $1,000 to $2,000 a month with off-page SEO. So local SEO is, the cool thing about it is it's a lot cheaper and more effective for local businesses than website SEO. So now let's look at my business, what I offer. So it's a bit more transparent, because here I would say the negative thing is it's not very transparent with this very expensive agency. It's just a rough price tag, and once you book a call, they're probably going to push you to pay $1,000 a month. Whereas my prices start at $375 to $650, and then all the way to $925 at the high end. And the only thing that changes is basically how many citations we build a month. So all my services include optimization for your Google business profile and your website too. And then we'll come up with a keyword and key research strategy in the first month. And then we'll create QR review codes so you can stick them around your business and print them out so people can scan them and leave reviews, and we'll come up with different strategies for your business to get those reviews. And then we do regular image and update posts for your business. So you send us images every couple weeks, and then we'll batch a lot of update posts every month where we target keywords in that keyword strategy that we're doing consistently. And then, like I said, those keywords are the same keywords we're targeting in your about page of your website. We embed the Google business profile in your website. We make sure in your about page of your Google business profile has those target keywords. And even we tell you to encourage your customers to use those keywords in the reviews they send you. And then you get a report every 30 days, because what we do, we care about our clients. We actually want you to stay with us for as many years as possible. So our SEO strategy is all about what we would do if you were our own business. If you were my cousin, how would I run your business? Because I care about my cousin and I want him to be successful. So, and if you pay yearly, we'll take 2 months off too, if you want to pay for 1 year in one shot. So you get a lot more value. So you're paying around 350, almost a bit less per month, or 300-ish if you pay for 1 year in advance, rather than paying $800 to $1,300 for the best SEO agency. And this is Bright Local. So this is the oldest competitor I have, and they're based in the UK, but they used to be really good, okay? But then they became such a big company, they don't really care about their customers. This is what I've been told from people who used to hire them and then moved to my business, because they're just so big. Their domain age is 15 years, so they're ranking really high. They get so many customers. They don't really care. For example, my business, we only work with 30 customers a month max. If I currently have 30 customers, I won't take any new customers on. Why? So I can keep that quality of really taking care of each of one of my clients as though they are my family members. And these are their businesses, so I care about my family's business. So if you're interested, also these are my Trustpilot reviews. So you can go check them out externally by typing Vortex Ranker Trustpilot reviews. And if you're interested in local SEO services and you can't do it yourself, maybe you're too busy, you really don't have time, or you don't have anyone that you can trust who's qualified to do it for you in your family, then you can head over to vortexranker.com. That's my business, and you can book a free call with me, and I can talk to you more about it and how it works, and come up with a customized strategy for your business if you're an established local business who wants more local people to find your services. That's about it. I hope you learned a little bit about local SEO. You know what prices to expect. It's anywhere from $0 if you do it for yourself, all the way up to these crazy monthly rates with really big SEO agencies that they can charge them. Like I said, 90% of them don't really care about your business or don't know how to do local SEO safely and correctly. So I hope you have a great day. Take care.